No, I thought.
Okay. Okay, I just want to explain the SCCM part one more time. Okay. Last time you guys have doubts, right? So that's why. So first are you guys clear about how we create a package? If we have an MSI, how we keep it in a package actually. So okay. Let me show you the simple way first. Okay. So this is an application called Microsoft PowerShell. Okay. It's a PowerShell application. This is an MSI. So what is the discovery part you will do? If they gave you the MSI, what you will do? Can anyone tell me? You got a binary of PowerShell. So what you are going to do? First, what you have to do with the given MSI?
Only we need to install and see whether it is creating control panel entry, then shortcuts, then its direct installation directories, whether and if any install documentation is provided, we need to cross check whether it is working as per the document. Then in registry we can check whether the key is present. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, yes, you're right, Srilakshmi. Actually, whenever we got a binary or the source, they gave you one file to package it. So what we have to do is we have to test that one. The first phase is like, see, this is a test machine. Okay, you will have your dedicated test machines in your environment. Okay, so you have to go to your test machine first. This is my test machine. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to take that particular source what they have given you. One second, guys. Okay, it's not opening, but what we have to do is we have to take this MSI, double click this MSI, okay, and install it. Install it on your test machine, okay. You have to click next, and you have to check the installation directory of it. If you have to change it, if you want to change it, or if you have a requirement to change it, okay. If your client or your project wants to be created in some other folder structure, Okay, so you have to change it. If they want you to install a PowerShell 2 like that, or if they want to install in the D drive, okay. So accordingly, you should change the installation directory if required, and then you have to test it. Okay, generally this will be a default path, so we have to just double click and test it. Okay, mostly the installation directories will be same only. In case if they have any requirement, we have to change this by clicking on change and creating any folders if needed. Okay, and changing the directory, and then we have to click on next, and then you have to select the appropriate options as per your discovery document. Whatever document is provided to you in your project, you have to select accordingly. If they have not provided you any documentation, you have to go by default installation, which is nothing but default means leave as it is. What it is there, leave as it is, and click on next. Okay, so you have to go like this and then click on install button. Once you click on install, it will get installed, and you have to wait till the finish button is arrived. When you're doing manual installation, it will ask for a UAC. Okay, yes or no. You should click on yes. You should wait till the installation is completed and then click on finish. Okay, this is straightforward MSI. So you have installed it. After installing, you have to check the control panel. Just give me a moment. Restarting this. Okay, see, in this system I have installed actually. So after installation, I am checking. My PowerShell got installed on it. Okay, my binary got installed on it. You have to check the control panel entry and the version. If there is any previous version, that should be replaced. That should be automatically upgraded. Okay. Then what you should do? You should check the installation directory where it has been installed. Okay. This has files. Okay. So usually what we'll do is we will take the we'll check the folder like how many files are there or not. Properties. Go to the installation directory, right click and click on properties. Installation directory, this one, and right click on properties at the end, and then you have to check the size 265 MB, how many files. Usually as a packager you should note down that one. Okay, this is the number. Okay, and then you have to check the registry. Why you have to check the registry? Because if it is visible in control panel, it will make an entry in the registry which will be used in the SCCM part. So I came to the regular path. This is a standard path which all of you should remember. This is a path also exists in HKCU, and also WoW node path will also be there. I have already explained you in the previous class. Okay. So this is the standard path, and here I came here and I am clicking on Control F to find it, and I will search with the control panel name or the version. Okay. You should pick either the name PowerShell, the exact name, or the version. Okay, here I am picking the version 7.4.5.0 because that is easy for me to remember. Okay, so I am checking the version of PowerShell. When you click on match whole string, it will search for the whole string. Okay, without any spaces, without any additional information, it will check where this exact file version is there. Okay, I am clicking on next. If you see, it has redirected me to the exact key where the PowerShell is there. Okay, this is the PowerShell. This is the version which I have been finding out, and then I have a uninstallation key. Okay, if it is an MSI, you should save the uninstallation key also. Okay, this is the uninstallation key, and this is the size we have checked. So we have, and also we have to take this path. This path is the path of PowerShell entry in the registry. Okay, so this path, registry path, we call it as a detection method. Okay, detection path. Detection path means once this particular application is installed, this path will be created. So if this path is present in my registry, it means that the particular application is installed on that system. Okay, detection. I will find out this path, and if this particular path is detected, then I'll say that my application is installed on the machine successfully. Okay, that's why we call it as a detection path. Okay, that's all for now. First, you have to check the control panel entry, whether it is formed or not. Then you have to check the file has placed all the files. Is it having a bulk files, whatever is required. And then you have to check the size of that file by clicking on properties. Then go to the registry, find out the path, and then find out the this uninstallation string from that path. Okay, so that's all. This is your manual testing. You have tested the given binary, and then you have found out these things. Okay, so for a direct MSI, actually we can create a bash script. Okay, or else we can directly create a package in the SCCM also. See, this is a application source they have given. I have tested it already, so my discovery is done. Now I can do in two ways. Actually, here I can create a install.bat script, and inside it I can call my MSI. Okay, I can just take out my MSI here, MSI exec slash I, and then the path of the MSI, and then the silent command, which is the standard command we'll use. I prefer you to use always the /qn only. Okay, if you're manually testing it, then use a qb or passive, which will show you some minimal window. Okay, but when you're doing a SCCM package, please go with qn only. Okay, if you have any doubt, first create a package with qb, just place like this. After completion, yeah, okay, this is a script. This is a script for MSI. So first what you have done the discovery by testing the application. After testing, you have to uninstall the application. Okay, you have to manually uninstall the application. First you have to clear out everything you have created. So after discovery, I have cleared my test machine, which I have already installed. Okay, the application has been uninstalled. Again, go to the installation directory and check whether the files are still present or the installation directory is removed. Here the PowerShell folder is removed. So my installation is completed. Even this registry path won't exist. Just close the registry and then again open the registry editor, and then here again search for that file. You already have a detection method, right? This is your GUID. This is the ID related to the PowerShell application. So you can search it here, and that won't be there because you have uninstalled. That entry is already deleted. Okay, so during uninstallation, it will delete everything what it has placed. Okay, even I am searching with version which I searched earlier, that is not there. So the application is successfully uninstalled. Here we did manual installation, manual uninstallation. Now the second step is create a package. For creating a package, come to the SCCM path or whatever path you have in your organization. Create a folder with name of the package, and then for this MSI create a bash script. Okay, in this bash script you are just calling that particular MSI and giving a silent command and suppressing the reboot. That's it. This is your bash script you have created to install that particular application. Now what is your thing? You have done with the manual installation and uninstallation, which is nothing but the discovery part, and you find that everything is going fine. Now you created a package, means your packaging part has started. Okay, you have already created a package which is nothing but .bat script. Now you have to test that package. Okay, you have to test that package manually first and then with SCCM. First you have to test the package you have created manually. So how you will test? You will just double click this bat script and that will run. I have given QB if you see. That's why it is installing with a enabled with cancel button. Usually I should install with QN. Okay. To see if there are any errors or rollback is happening, I have given QB for testing purpose. Okay. After discovery, you have to create a script and then run the script and check whether the application is installed fine or not. If there are any errors in your script, you will get to know in this phase. Okay. Don't directly create a SCCM package. First test your script. So now I have created, now I have installed the install.bat which I have created and then it got installed. How I installed? I just double clicked here. Okay. You can also use a command prompt and run it also. You can just open a command prompt, run as an admin, and then you can take out this path, copy as path, and you can run it here. You can run it this way, or in your test machine, you can directly double click this one just like me and test it. Okay. I double clicked it and then it got installed. Okay. So what is your partner? You have to go to the installation directory, check for the PowerShell, search the number of files. Again, you have to check the files. Okay. See, this is the exact thing. So your package is also placing the same number of files and also same memory is being placed. If needed, you can also note it down, or this one also contains files. Okay, during manual installation and after the package installation, you can compare those files and folders, and you are sure that your application has installed 100% because this matches, the size matches. You can also compare files. Earlier I forgot to took the files. Okay, so you can compare this also, and you are sure that your package is working fine for the installation. Now you have to create a uninstallation package. For this, I am just copying this bat file. One more copy I have taken, just like copy and again paste I have done, and this got created, the copy. Okay, I will rename it to uninstall.bat and just open it, and I am changing the install to uninstall /x. Okay, and save. Now my application is already installed here. So now what I should do? I should run the uninstallation. Okay. When I run the uninstall.bat, this is being uninstalled here. As I use QB, it is showing you the path. Now I am refreshing the control panel and the PowerShell is uninstalled. So now I came to know that my install.bat or uninstall.bat both are working fine. Okay. Now I should create a SCCM package. For this, as I know the script is working fine, I change the QB to QN. And also here the uninstallation. Okay. Now here the creation part is done. This is the package we have created. So what we are at? We have done the discovery. Discovery is completed. And then creating package. Packaging is also completed. What is pending here? Creating package with SCCM or MECM. Okay. You have to create a package with SCCM and then test it. So now we will create a package with SCCM. So you have to go to the particular path which your organization will prefer. And create a package here. Create application and follow the naming standard. Naming standards will also be there, guys. Like which name format you should use. For me, that vendor name, application name and the version. Okay. My company allows me to use a standard for name as vendor name or the manufacturer name and the software name and then the version as a name of that particular application. So I'm using the same standard. If you other companies might have standard like vendor. Here vendor is Microsoft _ PowerShell application name _ the version. What is the version? 4.5. So there will be some standards according to the project. So you can follow the same standards as per your organization. Okay. So I have taken the name I'm creating a package with that name. Actually, in SCCM, I already have that package. So for just our purpose, I'm just keeping this test. Okay. So name the package and give the publisher name here. Name of the package, publisher, which is nothing but a manufacturer name, and then the version 7.4.5.0. Okay. Next. And then if you have any icon, we'll give here. Here the PowerShell doesn't have any icon. Deployment types. Okay. You're clear, right? I have just right clicked here and clicked on create application, and then this window came, and I have given the package name and then the publisher name, which is nothing but a manufacturer, and the version name. And then I clicked on next, and one more next. Here I got the deployment types, means how you want to deploy, how you want to send your package. So here I want to send my package through the script or the package I have created. So click on add. After adding, they are asking you which type of package is yours. Is it an MSI or is it a script or is it any kind of other installer? So right now we have created a script. Okay. We have created a script for our application. Even though the base application is MSI, you have created a script which is the final output of the package for your application. So this is my final output. So that is a script. So I have selected script. When you select something here, this will be automatically enabled. Okay. So this got enabled here, and then I'm clicking on next. This is the next button here at the down. Here again you have to give the application name. Now content location means where is your package? Where is your content? Okay. This is the content location, and then you have to go to the path where your application is. My application is under this path. So I have to select this path and click on select folder. Now the content location will come here. Next, the installation program. You have to browse it and then give the installation. What is your installation here? Install.bat. So you have to select that install.bat, and it means that the installation will happen using this bat file. And then the uninstallation. You have to select the uninstallation which is happening through uninstall.bat, and you have to click on next. In this window, what you have given the path where your source or package exists, and then what is the installation command or the script, what is the uninstallation command or the script, whatever is your choice. Then next. Here comes the detection method. What is the detection method? Prince, what is the detection method?
Registry editor.
Registry editor or any file related to your application. Okay. Your application has been installed, and whatever entry that particular application creates in the system. Okay. That is called the detection method. So here the detection method, I have clicked on add clause, means add condition. And then here there are options: file, registry, Windows installer. So for my application, I have a registry detection method. Okay. Some other applications can be there where you have a folder copy. In that folder copy, you are creating an application and you have only files related to that application. So if you want to give files, see, if you don't want to give registry entry as detection method, and if you want to give some file under this folder, after this PowerShell is created here, after installation PowerShell is created here, right? So if you want to give the path, some path like this or some file like this, assume this is the PowerShell. Okay, PowerShell we have uninstalled. So if you want to give some particular file that is present as a detection method, then you should choose file system. Okay. Right now, don't confuse. Here for PowerShell, we have registry. So select the registry, which is a detection method we have already taken. Okay. This is the registry. So if you see here, HKLM is our hive. Okay. Is our path. We call it as a hive actually. So HKLM HK local machine is already present here in the hive section. So what is the remaining? This part is remaining. Okay. As this part is already present in SCCM, you have to copy the remaining path here. Copy this path, paste it here. Okay. There is an error and it is coming here. Here the slash is the problem actually. Okay. The slash also it won't take from starting. This means that HKLM slash. Okay. So you should give from software only. No need of first slash here. Slash you are getting right. This particular slash is not needed. You have to give from here to here. Okay. Now after placing this path, you have to give the value. How we want to detect it? Usually I will select only the version. Okay. Display version. I have showed you the version, right? Display version. Version. And what is the version of this PowerShell application? That is 7.4.5.0. So what I'm doing, I'm giving the registry path and I'm telling that please check the display version under this registry. Okay. So you have any kind of path, you have to go to that path and in this path, you have to check the display version under this registry key. Check the display version and the version should be equal to or greater than the current version. See, if the application has this version, it means that my application is installed. Okay, so this version I should give here in the version window value and here the display version we are checking. So we should give the display version and data type is version. We are checking the version. So I am selecting version and then here I am selecting greater than or equal to the current version. My package version, the same version I should give here, but I should select the greater than or equal to. Means if my system contains 7.5, the 7.5 version is greater than this 7.4.5. Means if your system contains a higher version, okay, you're installing one version, but your system already contains a higher version. If your system already contains a higher version, then also you should say that the application is installed. Because the higher version installed means the machine is compliant, the machine is up to date. So you should check the condition is either equal to, okay, it equals to this version to find out this particular application is only installed, or you should select greater than or equal to such that even if higher version is present, this application will detect and won't install on top of it. You know, right? The higher versions won't be replaced by the lower versions automatically. So you have to select the greater than or equal to. This is the best practice to select greater than or equal to. Okay. If you select equal means it will check only if this version is present. Okay. Then it will again start triggering if the application is there or not. And then it will try to install again and the time lapse will come. So just remember it is a good practice to use greater than or equal to the given version of the software. And click on OK. Now we have placed the detection method here. Any doubts, guys? Why we are using display version here? Any idea why we are using? Kitna, why we are using the detection method here? Display version.
Check the version in control panel.
Yes, to check the version number in this particular registry. This registry is nothing but the control panel entry. Due to the presence of this particular registry only, the control panel entries will be created for that particular application. So under the given path, you should check the display version or the display name. Display name will usually have unique names for applications mostly. So we will better go with the display version so that this will be unique. Okay, one version cannot be repeated. If the next version comes, it will be a 1 or it can be 7 directly. It depends upon the vendor. So if you're taking a version number, that will be accurate to test. So that's why we are selecting the display version and then always choose greater than or equal to the current version which you are doing. This is the version which you are packaging. Okay. Then click on OK. Now we have placed the detection method. Click on next. Next here is install for user or install for system. You're creating for the particular one user only who will log on user, or you're creating for a system. Usually we will create for system only. Some particular applications like Python and all will be for install for user. Okay. In that case, the install user, whoever is logged in, that user will only get the software. So for that we have to check the install for user. So for using the install for system means this will install on the particular laptop or a desktop, and whoever logs in, even if other user logs in, this application will be visible to them. I'm installing PowerShell on this laptop. Even if somebody else, like any one of you logs into my system, they can also see the PowerShell application. So that is called install for system. Install for user means I will install the application and I can only see the application. If some other user logs into my machine where the software is installed, he can't see that application in the control panel and he can't access it from my laptop also. Okay. So install for system is PowerShell we are doing for the install for system means whoever logs into the system can use that particular application. And here options are this application should install only when a user is logged in. Means this application will install only when user has been logged into the system. Okay. And next, whether or not user is logged on. Okay. Even if the user is not logged on, in the background also, in the startup like that also, it can install like that. Only when no user is logged on. In the user's absence, it should install means this should be selected. Usually the middle option is the appropriate one. Whether or not user is logged on, please proceed with your installation. Okay. So install for system all users, and when whether the user is logged on or not, you should install. You should select according to your requirement or according to your project requirements. Next, you should click on next. Here is a requirement tab, which is nothing but a prerequisite or a operating system. If you want to check if that this application should install for only particular user, okay, only particular device. The device has memory which is greater than some 500 MB. If you want to set any kind of requirements like a prerequisite or a launch condition kind of things, if you want to set any condition before this application is installed, this condition will be checked. In this case, if you are keeping like more than 500 MB free space should be present on the system, then first this will be checked and then the installation will be started. Okay, so this is a requirement tab which you can use. Custom, you can select any particular application should be present before this installation like that. Okay, there are three ways you can explore this on in your own way. You can select either the memory you want to place. You can add any other prerequisite application if you have already having it in the SCCM. You can also install it for particular user. If the user's primary device, sometimes users will have more machines. One user can have 2 laptops. Then one of his laptop will be the primary device, means main device. So you want to install the particular software only on his primary device, not on his secondary or any other device. So you can select this. So just remember that there are options to be set, which can be the requirements to be satisfied before the actual installation starts. Okay, just like a prerequisite or a launch condition we discussed in the previous class. Okay, this can be ignored. Right now I don't have any conditions for PowerShell to install. I'm clicking on next. Here the software dependencies like prerequisites only. Okay, the dependency section you can click on add and again add, and you can select any of the application present in your system. See if the PowerShell needs any application here. Prerequisite. To install PowerShell, we need to have some other application. Say this curl application is needed. You have to just click on it. You have to just select a particular application and then select this one. Click on OK. Then this application will be added here, and this application will be installed before the actual installation. Okay. Just the difference is, in dependencies, you will add the prerequisites or the previous applications. In the requirements, basically the operating system requirements like that mostly. And the custom means any specific applications only, not every application. Any specific applications like Java. Okay, please explore it if you're interested. Requirements and dependencies in SCCM. If you don't want to add through your package, you want to add through SCCM only, then you should add it. See, if you have one application which is already packaged in SCCM, which is a prerequisite for this application. For mostly the prerequisites will be Java, .NET, those kind of applications needs to be installed before an installation of any other application. See, this .NET is there. If my application needs .NET SDK to be installed before the installation of my application, before, okay. So I should select this, click on OK. Now this application is installed. I should click on OK. Here I should give the name actually. Okay, so .NET SDK, any name, same name also we can give, and click on OK. Then this particular application is added. So when this application I deploy or send to some particular machine, this will be installed first. .NET will be installed first, and then PowerShell will be installed on top of it. Okay, so you can directly add prerequisites through SCCM other than packaging. Okay, I'm removing it as we don't need it. After dependencies, click on next. This is a summary tab. Here you can check your mistakes. Okay, you can check whether you have named it right. Name is right. Technology is script only. The path, the application path is correct only. And then install.bat is the command line. And here this is the main part, user experience. If you have selected any wrong thing, right? Install for system, or whether or not user is logged in. If you have mistakenly selected install per user for a system application, you can go back and correct it. Okay, this is a summary thing which you can cross check here and go back and make changes if needed. Okay, so after summary correction, detection, you can see the main window, which is a completion window. Okay, there are no errors. It is showing all green. Okay, you can click on the close window. Next, here you have added the dependencies, means the application related thing you have added here, the application name, script, install, uninstall, detection method, or the requirements. All you have added in the deployment type section. Okay, as we have completed everything under this deployment type, now we are clicking on next. Here is one more summary tab which summarizes the package. Earlier it was summarizing the deployment type information like install.bat, install for system, like that. Now this is the main summary part, general information like name, publisher, version, like that. Okay, and the deployment type name. So you can just go through it, and if there are any changes you can go back and change. If not, you can click on next. Click on close. Okay, now the application got created in SCCM. This is the application model I have shown you. This is the application that got created in SCCM. If you see the path, this is the path. Okay, software library and overview, application management, applications, and this is the general path I have chosen, and this is the application we have created. Okay, after creating the application, you have only created the application, but this particular data should be stored in SCCM location. Okay, this particular folder which we have created will also be stored in some SCCM path. Okay, and that is like a backup kind of thing. Other than this path, the SCCM will store the application in some other path also, which is its own path. For this to store in that path also as a backup. Okay, we have to distribute it, means we have to send this package to that particular machines, and in that particular machines or servers it will store the data and use it while installing. Okay, even if you delete the data from here after storing here, then that is not an issue. Okay, so just think that after you have created a package here also, you have to distribute. Distribute means placing the copy of your package in some other machines. Okay, so I'm showing again. Right click, distribute content. I have clicked on. Hope you have seen it. See, distribute content. Click. Next, click on default. Next, and you have to come here on the content destination. What is your destination? You have to select some particular distribution points. These are nothing but some particular machines where they will store the data. Okay, the same data will be copied to some other server paths. So I am in my organization, I am supposed to select these two only. Okay, So I am selecting this. If you want a clear picture, these are distribution groups actually. There are two things: distribution point group. Okay. So distribution point means you can select any kind of location. See, if I am from Hyderabad, so I can select the Hyderabad related machines. There are Hyderabad related machines. If you see, there are HDV, HYV. If I want to send this particular application to only Hyderabad related machines, devices, then I can select the particular Hyderabad thing. If you can see here, the description is also there. Hyderabad primary, Hyderabad, Mumbai. So if your project is something like that, they want to send it to particular location only. If this software is required for only Hyderabad people, you can send it to only these things. Okay, these machines. If you are want to send it to the all means you can select the distribution point group. Okay, so you can select in two ways. This is a distribution point where you will select the region based. Okay, and the distribution point group where it is like global. Okay, this is a global thing. These are all the location and machines are included. So this is a standard path. You won't create anything that will be present in your organizations. Okay, you have to select the distribution point where you want to copy this. This is standard. Your organization will tell you which one to select. So you have to select by default. Click OK. Click next. Check the summary, name and the distribution point groups you have selected. Okay, and then click on next. What I have created? I have created a package and then I am distributing it so that it can save a copy on that particular machines. So once I click on distribute and completed the distribution part, you can see the content status in yellow. Okay, means this is in progress. I'm distributing to only Hyderabad now because I don't want to waste time. Okay, so let's distribute to only Hyderabad here. HPV, HYV. Okay, only 4 are there. Once we distribute and refresh it, we will see the content status as green. We are sending it to 4 machines here. Okay, in progress 4. It should be successfully completed. Once this is success, this will come to green. You are seeing the symbols, right? Failed means red color, yellow means in progress, green means success, fade out gray means unknown. Okay, this will progress and finally you will get this success. Once this is success, it will come in green. Okay, you should wait till this is green. Okay, do you have any doubts till this point? Any doubts, guys?
బుగ్గలో దాచుకుంటున్నాడు తీయలేదు డబ్బులు బుగ్గలో పెట్టి దాచుకోవడానికి ఒళ్ళు తెచ్చిపోతుంది బుగ్గలో పెట్టి
I am William.
Yeah, Nita, చెప్పండి.
I need to detail about the detection method.
Detection method is a file or a registry, okay, or a Windows installer GUID. Windows installer product code will be there, right? So you can just right click your package, click on edit with Orca, and then you can go to the properties and you can get the product code. Okay, somehow you get the product code using Orca or your tool or something, and you can directly give this code in the detection method also. Three ways are there. One way I already showed you, checking the registry. Okay, the registry which is present to the particular application, you can search here with that version, and once you get that particular version or application related, you can cross check and you can take this path from here, from software and the GUID, and you can keep that path here, and then you have to keep the version related to that particular application, and always choose to click on greater than or equal to here. Since you have chosen version, you have given the display version, which is nothing but here, display version. Okay. The path from this place, and then the display version, and then the version you have got. And this should be HKLM or HKCU based on your application only. If my application is under HK local machine, I will choose the HK local machine. If this is for user, I will choose the current user. Whatever path I got, I will choose here. This is one method, which is a registry. Other than this, I can also add, I can just click on add clause, okay, and select the Windows installer. Windows installer is nothing but a MSI. MSI works on a Windows installer technology. Okay, so I can directly give a product code here. Product code is nothing but when you install an MSI, you can see that particular code. I just showed you, right? Like when you open with Orca directly also, just go to properties, you will have the product code. So you can just copy this code and come here. This is an MSI only. Just give this path. Okay. And just you can give the version if needed, or version is also not needed sometimes because GUID is unique. Whatever this product code you are seeing is unique. This won't be used for any other particular application. So you can just paste the product code here, click on OK. Okay. So this is a detection method here. No need of this one. You can delete this. Okay. You can delete this and you can use the product code. So what you did, you just clicked on the this here, you selected Windows installer and given the GUID since this is a MSI and clicked on OK. Okay. So this is one method. One method is registry method, which I told you already. Okay, this registry method, you will select the particular registry, give the path, display version. Here also you will select the version and then the here version you will give. And second method is this Windows installer only for MSI. I have told you the registry because that registry thing will also work for the EXEs. If you have EXE also, that will definitely create an entry here. Then you can use the registry like that. And the third thing is you can use a file system here, file. If your application has a particular folder, see, if my application has folder under this one like C program files, C program files, PowerShell. Okay. Any unique, if you give PowerShell, right, that will be unique. Even your previous version can have the same path. If your application has a unique path, unique folder path, okay, then you can give that particular path here. You can give the path here and you have to give the folder name. What is your main folder? This is the main folder. This is the path. Under this path, there should be a folder which is a unique path and you should give the OK. Means file system. You are telling that if this particular folder is there, please consider my application is installed on the system. Okay. So this is the detection method here. We are detecting this path and if this path is detected, the application is mentioned to be installed. Okay. So this is the file path which you folder path you have used. If you want to give a file path, okay, you clear about this, right? Folder path. Folder I have given. If I want to give a particular file path, then what I'll do? I'll go to file system, click on file, I'll select the file. I'll give that particular path. Example. See, you have this OneDrive application. For this, I am creating a detection method. Assume this is the OneDrive detection method. PowerShell we have deleted. That's why I am showing this to you. So, otherwise you want to show me the PowerShell, I will show you. See, this is the installation. Okay. So instead of giving the registry, I don't want to give the registry. I want to give a file as a detection method. Means I want to check a file. If that particular file is present, consider my application is installed. Okay. So you can choose any particular file from this section. Usually we'll choose the EXEs Okay, exes endukante these are related to shortcuts or something or the executables. Okay, you can choose any file from this path. If you think any file is important, you can choose that path also. In my case, I think this installer is related to the shortcut, so I am considering this as an important file. I'm just right clicking it, shift and copying it as path. Okay, copy path. This path I am taking. After I copy the path, it became like this actually. Okay, so this is the path. If this particular path is present and this particular file is present, then consider the application as installed. So what I have to do for this particular file section, first I should give the path. What is the path? This is the path. From here to here, this is the path. Except the file, I'm taking the rest of the path, giving the path, and then I'm taking the particular file which I want to give, and I'm keeping it here. Okay, so this is the file detection method. If my application has this path present and this particular exe is present, then please consider this as installed. Sometimes you can give the version also. This is the file also have version. Go to properties, details. This is the version. What is the version here? 7.4.5.0. Sorry, not 500. So after giving the file name, I can select this file settings must satisfy. What I am checking? I am checking the version of the file. Okay, here this is the file version. So I am selecting here file version, and the file version should be greater than or equal to the version, or you can give equal to. If you are fine with equal, you can give equal, but as a best practice, you can give greater than or equal to this particular version. So when this particular application is installed, this will check this path. After the installation completion, it will check this path, and if this particular file is present and the file version is this or greater than this application will consider to be installed. Okay, so there are three methods: registry method, Windows installer, which is directly for MSIs, and also the file system. Okay. So these are the three methods we can use. Okay, these are the complete detection method. Any doubt in the Anita, you have any more doubts?
One more thing.
Tell me.
If you have more size of applications,
Can you be louder, Andy? I'm getting low voice.
Okay.
if you have more size of application and like 1 hour, 1 hour or 2 hours, maybe some application taken 2 hours also, right?
Okay. If you want to set the time, you consider about the time, huh?
Yes.
Okay. So you can set that particular time actually.
It's the time.
I'll show you where you set. See, by default, while you are creating, right? Once you have created this deployment type, you only created this deployment type by giving the location, by giving the programs, detection method, and after all this application creation is completed, if you come to the main application, click on properties, you can have a section like this. Okay, distribution and deployment types. So under this deployment type, user experience. Okay, user experience, where you select the install for system, you will have a maximum allowed runtime. Means this application can run up to this many minutes. If you see, these are minutes. So you are allowing this particular application to run for 120 minutes. It doesn't mean that the application should run for 120 minutes. It doesn't mean that. If the application will complete in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that is also fine. But the maximum time is 120 minutes. 120 minutes means how many hours? 2 hours. So this application is allowed to install for 2 hours. If after 2 hours it is not installed, the application status will turn into failed. Okay, so if you have a huge application, you think that it's taking a time, much of a time, then you can change the time. You can give it to 240 minutes. What is it? 4 hours. Okay, there is 260 hours, like that. You can change the time here. Usually we'll go till 240. It is completely based on your application. Okay, because for safety purpose also we are giving here 120. Why we are giving 120 minutes for an application which requires 3 minutes? Because we don't want the application to fail. If the application is started installing but some other application is also installing in background. What will happen? Our application will wait right there. The application will detect that some other process is running in the background or installing in the background. So I should wait till that other application is installed. So that particular time is consuming. Other application install అయ్యేటప్పుడు మన application trigger అయితే మన application wait చేయాలి install complete అయ్యేంత వరకు. So that time is also counted. So we'll give a time of 120 minutes or more of it depending upon your application time. Okay, this can be set under only SCCM only. If you want to set with the package, you can use a timeout option in your script. Okay, timeout అని ఉంటది. ఆ కమాండ్ యూజ్ చేస్తే బ్యాడ్ స్క్రిప్ట్ లో you can set the time so that after installation you can check the time. I will show you an application. See, in this application, so once one command is run, see, this is the MSA they are running, right? They are running some MSA here. So after this, if you use a command like timeout and this one, these are seconds actually, 40 seconds. Okay. So you can change it to how many seconds you want. 60 seconds means 1 minute, 6 minutes. Okay. Like that. You can change accordingly how many seconds you want to keep. In your package, after the MSA installation, you should keep this break so that even if the installation is completed also, it will wait for this many minutes. Even if your installation is completed also, it will wait for this many seconds. So you should be careful. If you think your application needs some time after installing, like after installing, right, to configure the shortcuts or something, it might need some moments, some seconds to configure. So we will keep generally in seconds. If you think it needs more time for the application to complete, you can keep here. But only disadvantage here is, even if your application installation is completed here, this many seconds will be run. Okay, in the seconds run out. After running this many seconds only, this will go to the next step. Okay, so through script there is a timeout, and through SCCM this is the option you have given. Okay, we are running out of time. Okay, so after completion of this distributing, you will get the green. See, this has been comes under green. If this is failed, you will redistribute and check. Okay, there will be a redistribute also. Anyway, we don't bother about redistribute now. We are concentrating like we have distributed this, means we have placed a copy of this PowerShell application in some other Hyderabad servers also now. This whole copy went to there. And then we are deploying. What does deploy mean? In the last class I told you what does deploy mean. Deploy means sending. Okay, just right click the application, deploy. Deploy means send. And then select the collection. Means if you want to send this application to a group of machines, you should select the collection related to that particular application for the particular machines. I have already told you this actually. See, asset and complaints will have the device and device collections. So in the device collections, we'll create groups, collections. Groups are collections. Okay, so if this particular group is there, packaging test is a group or a device collection which has 2 members, means 2 machines are there in this collection. And this is another collection which has 54 machines. Okay, members are nothing but the machine count. So if you want to send an application to any machine, you can't send directly. You should send by creating a device collection. You can create by right click here, create device collection, and then give the name here, and then select from where your device should be selected. Here I should select all systems. Limited collection means in this collection it will search. Whatever my machine name is, that name will be searched in this collection. This collection is already present in the SCCM. If my system is present in this particular collection, then it will add to this collection. Okay. Limited collection means you should search in this collection. If my laptop name is there, the laptop name should be searched in this all systems in the Virtusa, and then if that particular system is present, then create a collection. And here of direct rule, we should select a direct rule to add single machines here. I want to add my machine name, so I should select the direct rule and I should give my machine name here. Okay, I'm just telling it little fast, but I'll tell one more class for device collections. Don't worry. Okay, if you want to, this is the default and click on close. If you want to send it to any machine, you have to create a collection first. Even for a single machine, you have to create a device collection and then only you can send it to that particular collection. Okay, so you can't send directly an SCCM application to one machine directly. You should create a device collection and only you can send. Okay, how you can create? You can just click on this, right click, create device collection, then a window will open. You should give a name. You should select the limited collection. You can read here later. Okay, and then click on next. Here if you want a single machine, if you want to add a single laptop or desktop, you should select the direct tool and then you should come here, click on next. Value means you should give your computer name or the laptop name and then click on next. Laptop name you know, right? Host name. And then click on next and click that particular machine which you want to install and click on next and default next close. Okay. Then you should give the next default only. Only the direct rule is there. So you have created a collection. Okay. If you didn't understand when you're seeing the video, see it. Otherwise, we'll have a session for device collections. Okay, that's how we created a collection. Okay, this collection has that machine name. Similarly, earlier only I created this collection. This collection contains only my machine. Okay, this is the laptop this collection have. So what I'm doing after creating a application, this application, I want to send this application to my laptop. So I'm right clicking deploy. Deploy means send. Click on browse. హర్షు లవ్లీకి స్నానం చేయించరా కొంచెం టైం అయిపోతుంది. After this, you have to collect the device collections because you are targeting to a device. Okay, so you should select the collection you have created. What collection I have created? I should go to the particular path where I place my collection and select the collection. This is my collection. So click on that collection. Means you have right clicked on the application you have created, click deploy and then selected the collection. Collection, right click this, select this collection and then click on next. And you should wait here so that the device distribution points you have sent, right? You have sent to the Hyderabad distribution points. So those will be visible here. You should wait a minute until you get this data populated and click on next. Click on available or required. Available means the user can install by himself. Required means this application will automatically install for the user. In last classes, I explained you what is a self-installation and auto-installation. Available I am keeping so that the user can install themselves. Click on next. Click on next. Next. Default only all. Okay. Should select the collection and click on available or required. And then you should select the default options. Here is a summary tab. You can cross check if you want to change anything. Okay. Mainly this part is important. Install available and the collection you have targeted. Okay. You should cross check here. If it is right, you can click on close. Okay. What I did is I have right clicked and deployed it to the sent it to the collection where my laptop is there. So in the deployments tab, we can see to which collection, device collection we have sent this package. So I have sent this package to this particular collection which has my laptop. Okay. So this application should reach the user's laptop, whoever you have sent it to. Now what you have to do? We have to come to the user's machine. Okay. You have to open the software center. Software center is related to SCCM. Okay. So you have to select the software center. And here under the applications, you should see the PowerShell application which you have sent. Okay. Sometimes it will take some time to reach the machine. I will check for this application. Partial you have sent. Okay, I'm searching here. Mostly it won't come at the instant. It will take some time. Okay, it is there, but this is not my application actually. We have created a test application. Okay, so whatever we have sent, I will check for that. That is not at reach the test application. So what I have to do is I have to run some actions. Okay, machine policy. This is one action which will check whether my machine has any new software assigned. Okay, this is the configuration manager properties. Under this, we have to select the machine policy, run it, click on machine policy, click on run now, click OK, click on machine policy, run now. You can just run once, that is fine. I'm just showing you multiple times. You can also check application deployment. This will check whether any new deployments are there or not. Okay. So mostly we'll run the machine policy. This is the one which will check the new software. And this is related to application changes. So we are not bothered about this now. We want a new application. So we are just running this one. After running that once, we can search here. Sometimes if it don't reach for a long time, right, we can restart the system and check also. Sometimes if a restart is pending, that will take some time. Arshu, okay. It is taking some time to reach. Okay, usually it will reach. Maybe we need a restart like that. So it restart will take time, sometime actually. So we should end this call. So I'll try to explain it.
Can you
Yeah,
close the software center and reopen software center?
reopen. I know that won't work. If it is there, once the actions are run, that will show by itself only. Mostly the restart or the policy refreshing is pending. That's it.
But I think it's showing content updated, but background it is something like it.
Sorry, it is showing content update.
It just showing content partially. I think it is partially updated,
No, it is completely done, right?
but sometimes it's showing like that.
No, if the content is not fully done here, the application will be visible, but when we install, it will give some error.
Here also content update, right?
This is not content update, this is policy refresh to check whether any new softwares are assigned or not.
Update membership data.
No, that is not required. This correction is already created. This we created in our last class only. That has the software. Maybe my machine needs a reboot or something. Okay, in this case, we can restart the machine and check. Okay, let's see meanwhile. Okay, if you assume that this is the package, think that this is the package which we have created, and after deploying here and running the particular actions here, we got the software. Okay, if this is the software, you can just go and click on it. You have an install tab, means you have sent the application to collection in a available mode. Available means self installation. So user can just click on install and then install this particular application. Okay, click on install. This will download and then install. Okay, if it is required mode, right, this should auto install by itself. Means the install button will be automatically triggered. It will be clicked and this will install. Somehow something is pending on the system. You got the difference, right? You will have an install button if it is an available mode. If it is a required mode, you won't have any install button enabled. The install will be triggered by itself only. It is showing some network error. Okay, we'll continue in the next class from this. Okay, you got it right how it reached to the system. You just right clicked and deployed it and send it to the particular collection you want to send, and then we came here in the software center, and when we run this particular actions, sometimes it's not needed to run these actions also. If you wait for some time, the machine will detect itself and it will give the software here. You can search it for a better view. If you're not searching, right, if you have other applications also, you can see in a bulk manner. So better you search it so that you can find the right application. See, this many applications are there for me. So for this, to narrow down the search, you will search it, and then once the application is reached here, you should click on install. Click on that application, click on the install button. That will install the application. Okay, just click on install and it will install it same way. And after installation is completed, the uninstallation button will be enabled in the same place. You will get an uninstall UN here, and the status will be changed to installed. Let me show you the installation status. Okay, in the next class, I'll show you about the package model also. See, once the application is installed, right, you will get a uninstallation button and the status will be installed. And when you click on uninstall, this will get uninstalled and the status will be available. Okay, you're just bothered about this one, install and uninstall. That is enabled means that application has been deployed in a available mode. That is the self installation. If it is not enabled means the application has been installed in a auto uninstallation. See, this application has been installed in a required mode. So the uninstallation is not available. The installation is automatically done. The status is changed to install and the uninstallation is not available for the user because it's a mandatory installation. Even if it needs to be uninstalled, user cannot uninstall by himself. We have to push the uninstallation. This is completely based on your requirement. Okay, how your client wants to be installed. Okay, from here we will continue in the next class. Okay, in the next class I'll show you about the programming and all. Okay, if you have any doubts, please note down after seeing this particular session again. Okay, and tell me in the next class. Okay.
And the last point.
Yeah.
Can you show the complex application next class?
In next week, I'm planning to show you the Office application. Okay, Office application how we'll create. I'll show you so that you can use it in your interviews.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's all for today, guys. I have to go somewhere. That's why I'm in a hurry. Okay, just go through the video once. I share it with you. And if you have any more questions, please note down. and you can ask me in the WhatsApp or you in the next class. And also start preparing for the interviews. I told you, right? If you have any problem in creating the resume, please reach out to me in WhatsApp. Send me your resumes so that I can update and give it to you. Or if you have been already updated, if you have any doubt also, please reach out to me. Okay. Start preparing for the interviews. There are several openings here. You please use it as a mock interviews and prepare yourself. Okay. Don't ignore if you are on the way only, then you can switch and you can get a hike. Okay. When you're on the flow, you will get in a very good way. If you just done with the training after 2-3 months, you won't have this interest to do it. Okay. So please go through it. Any one of you, if you have any kind of requirement, please reach out to me.